Most people believe that they need a decade of mastery before they're allowed to lead. But in today's creator economy, that belief is actually the fastest way to stay invisible. While you're waiting to feel like an expert, someone with half of your experience is already helping people, solving real problems, and getting paid for it. So, today I want to talk to you about something that we call the expert paradox and how to build authority before you really feel ready to lead. The reality is that authority does not come from certificates, it comes from solving problems. If we haven't met yet, my name is Megan Monique. I'm a coach here at Digital Mentors. We work with coaches, authors, and speakers to build and scale their digital business. One of the biggest things that holds people back from starting is this idea that they need to be the ultimate expert before they can help anyone with anything. But today, we're going to talk about how to dismantle that myth. So, if you've been stuck inside of imposter syndrome, or you've been waiting to begin until you have an endless list of certifications under your belt, you are doing yourself a disservice. In this video, we are going to talk about why the expert trap keeps people stuck, how to position yourself as a problem solver instead, and how documenting your journey builds authority faster than perfection. We're also going to dive into how to monetize momentum even while you're still learning. So if you've ever had the thought, I'm not ready yet, I need one more certification, I need to learn before I can help people, then this conversation is for you. Let's start with the expert trap. This might be uncomfortable to hear, but waiting for mastery is one of the fastest ways to stay invisible. In the past, authority came from institutions, degrees, certifications, corporate titles, but in the modern creator economy, authority comes from results. People trust individuals who can help them solve problems right now, not 10 years from now. And this creates what we call the expert trap. The trap sounds something like this: I'll start helping people when I know all the pieces, but knowledge is infinite. If you wait until you know everything, you will never start. What actually builds authority is real-time problem solving, helping someone get from point A to point B. Even if you're only 2 steps ahead of them, that is enough. In many cases, that's actually the best position to teach from because you remember what it felt like to be stuck. Second part is the problem solver pivot. So if authority doesn't come from being the ultimate expert, where does it come from? Authority comes from being a problem solver. Instead of asking, am I qualified enough? Start asking, what problem can I help someone solve today? For example, you don't need to be the world's greatest marketer to help someone. Write their first email, set up their first lead magnet, post their first social post video, build their first simple sales funnel. If you've done something successfully, you can guide someone who hasn't taken that step yet, and that is a bridge. You're not claiming to be the top authority in the world. Instead, you're saying, I have walked this path and I can help you walk it too. People value that because progress matters more than perfection. The third thing that I want to highlight today is the documentation advantage. Now, here is something powerful. The fastest way to build authority is not by teaching a polished theory. It is by documenting real progress. Instead of waiting until everything is perfect, start sharing the journey. What you are learning, what you're testing, what's working. People trust transparency. They want to see the messy middle. And something interesting happens when you start documenting instead of waiting. Your learning curve becomes intellectual property. Every lesson becomes content. Every problem becomes a post. Every breakthrough becomes a teaching opportunity. And suddenly, you are no longer just learning privately, you are building public authority. Because people aren't just watching the results, they're also watching your process. The fourth thing that I want to get into today is monetizing momentum. So let's talk about something important. You do not need the perfect program to start generating revenue. You just need a minimum viable offer. And that means identifying a specific problem that someone is willing to pay you to solve. So here's some examples. You can help someone set up their first coaching offer. You can help someone build their first simple funnel. You can help someone clarify their niche. You can help someone launch their first online program. Those are real problems, and people pay to solve them. What matters is utility. Can you help someone move forward? Even just one step. Because when someone gets a small win, that builds trust. And trust will help you build authority, and authority will build momentum. So, number 5, the last piece that I want you to keep in mind today is the authority architecture. This is the part that people don't realize. When you help others solve problems, you sharpen your own understanding. You see patterns faster. You learn through real world feedback. It creates a powerful loop. You learn, you apply, you teach, you refine. And that loop builds authority faster than studying alone ever could. Because leadership forces clarity, and clarity attracts clients. So if you've been sitting there thinking, I'm not ready yet, let me offer you a reframe. The goal isn't to become the world's greatest expert. The goal is to be useful to someone who is just a few steps behind you. Because in today's world, authority does not come from perfection. It comes from participation. It comes from showing up. It comes from solving problems in real time. And if you start doing that today, your authority will grow faster than you ever imagined. If this conversation is something that resonated with you, and you're thinking about turning your knowledge into a coaching business, a consulting offer, or an online program, that is exactly what we help people do here at Digital Mentors. We can help you clarify your offer, build the systems to attract clients, and create a scalable income all around your expertise. So if you'd like to learn more, click the link in this video and see how we can help you move from idea to income. And if this video helped you reframe your thinking around the expert myth, I want you to make sure that you subscribe to this channel and like this video so that you can get more conversations like this that we publish on a weekly basis. Because the world does not need more silent experts. It needs more problem solvers who are willing to lead.